So, the spoilers are out for My Hero Academia Manga Chapter 394, and let's just say that this is going to be a very emotional chapter, most likely, and you'll be able to see why. But first, right after this. Hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy, Manga Man Drew, and I'm here to cover the spoilers for My Hero Academia Manga Chapter 394. And from what we give the title of this chapter, which is Ochako URARAKA versus Himiko Toga, it seems as if this fight is about to come to a very interesting and melancholic solution. So, let's dive into the spoilers and really talk about what's going on with this chapter. Spoilers. So, the chapter begins with Ochako realizing that there's something weird with her quirk that even she doesn't understand. Jiro realizes that everyone is floating, and Toga tries to create more clones, but they are, quote, born with the zero-gravity bubbles surrounding them. Toga realizes her quirk evolved, just like what happened to her during the fight with Curious. Kamui holds Tiger in his arms and asks if he's the real one, but a clone wouldn't withstand that much damage. Tiger is impressed with how much Ochako grew in just 1 year. Ochako feels her body getting cold, but that doesn't matter. What she wants right now is to be able to touch the sadness inside of Toga. The two are connected by the wire, and Ochako starts saying that her parents are poor and that she wanted to become a hero to help people, but realized the world is bigger than that, and more people need her help. In the meantime, she developed a crush on Izuku and is now determined to stop Toga. All of this is what defines URARAKA Ochako, and it's why she's here right now. Ochako shouts, asking Toga to tell her everything she's thinking, everything she's feeling, and everything she's ever felt. She remembers Dabi and all the tragic moments from her childhood, which makes her even angrier, and she prepares to stab Ochako. So, from what we get with the setup of this chapter, from what we're seeing with the spoilers, we are seeing the sort of explanation for what's going on with Uraraka's quirk awakening. We also are getting some confirmation about who heroes are living after this fight, which includes Kamui Woods and Tiger. But also, we're getting some more development and understanding of Ochako as a character and what really defines her, which is not just her crush on Deku, but also her want to be a hero. And how this is going to be leading up to the final conversation that she's going to be having with Toga in this moment, which is going to be very interesting. But with the next part of the text spoilers, we have Toga stops the knife and starts talking. She says she falls in love very easily, but with animals, villains, heroes, boys, or girls. She's attracted to blood and can't help it, but everyone always told her not to smile, and she felt envious of other people's happiness. She had a crush on a boy who looked just like Izuku called Saito. She wanted to ask him to let her drink a little bit of his blood, but she couldn't do it because everyone said she wasn't being human, that she wasn't cute. This led to the incident where she killed Saito. And I'm going to stop here because this is something that we finally get confirmation of. Most people could have inferred that potentially Toga did kill Saito, but it was never explicitly stated, at least from Toga, that this is what she did. And now we get confirmation of it. But also, what's very interesting about this is how we're pretty much delving more into how Toga feels when it comes to love, and that her love is directly linked to blood and her attraction to blood, and that because she falls in love easily, she can fall in love with a plethora of different people and even sort of non-human animals. But what this shows is that Toga as an individual is someone that isn't fit for a normal world, and doing so eventually pushed her to this point because of who she is. And we're going to be diving a little bit more into it from what we give the next part of the text spoilers, because the next line of the text spoilers say that the League of Villains are the only ones who accepted her love from the start. Ochako says that Toga was already showing signs of this trauma from the beginning, but that she only realized it now. At this moment, the twice clones start to turn into dust. Toga realizes that the transformation is coming undone and that Jin will disappear. Chiro lands on the ground and looks up to see Ochako hugging Toga. Ochako admits that she also admires people who keep doing their best, even when they're hurt and bleeding. She knows she'll never be able to take the lead's place in her heart, but she felt she needed to say how beautiful Toga's smile is. Toga starts crying even more and asks, "Am I cute?" To which Ochako smiles and replies, "The cutest in the world." Toga then finally smiles. The last double-page spread shows all the Twice clones that were covering Gunga turning to dust. End of chapter. No break next week. So, there's a lot of things that really make me happy with this ending. For instance, the fact that we do not have a break in the upcoming week is fantastic, but what's even more interesting is the fact that the solution to this League of Villain member, Toga, is not necessarily that they beat her down to the point of submission, but that URARAKA was willing to talk and communicate with her, and they finally built a connection to where Toga was able to finally submit on her own. And this is something that ties into a major theme of My Hero Academia that I'm glad that we're getting resolved in this chapter and explained fully, most likely in this chapter. And I will talk about this more in the actual review proper. But yeah, that's all the spoilers that we have for this week for My Hero Academia. I think that this is going to be a very fantastic, a very wonderful chapter, just due to the fact that we are getting a resolution to the conflict that does not involve fighting, which is something that My Hero Academia thrives on. Just having conflicts that are resolved not by people killing each other, but by people having a conversation, which may tie into a bigger way to solve conflict, not just in the world of My Hero Academia, but potentially in our own world. So that may be something cool to learn from. But yeah, let me ask you this. What did you think of the spoilers for this week's chapter of My Hero Academia? Did you like them? Did you dislike them? By the way, it's been My Hero's 9th anniversary, so we get a full page cover spread of this chapter with all the characters of My Hero Academia on it in celebration of that fact. So, this was great. What'd you think of the spoilers? Leave your thoughts down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this. Do all that cool jazz, and hopefully I'll be able to catch you in my next video. Goodbye!